Hi everybody, it's Robin here at Toadstool Tarot. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe and hit the bell for future notices. I appreciate it. Now this is one for the Curiosity cabinet. My camera's a little bit close, but these are actually large cards. It's called the Mutation Tarot, and the deck, well, I guess I should wait till I get a card out of the box. It comes in a tuck box, a long, narrow tuck box. And this is the website, mutationtarot.com. It came with a nice little bookmarker with a couple of the images on it. And it came with this, I was surprised, this lovely velveteen straw, velveteen drawstring bag, and it's got Mutation Tarot embroidered on it in gold. Really nice. That really was a nice extra thing, because I don't usually like to keep stuff in tuck boxes when I am using it, and so it's nice to have a bag that I can store it in. Now there is no guidebook with this deck. It has a little explanation on the back. I'm hoping this is in focus and you can just do a screenshot and read it if you like. And we'll do a quick flip through. The cards, as you can see, one of the major draws for me is I love the card format. Same width as a regular tarot card. This is a sample card from Lo Scarabeo. Actually, Lo Scarabeo is, just a fraction of an inch wider. So you can see there by the border. But you can see that these cards are, looks like an inch and a half, maybe even an inch and 3/4 taller. So they're tall, narrow cards. These are the backs. Sorry, I have my camera on a sort of a gooseneck holder, and I'm doing this in bed on my lap, and I have a lap tray here with legs on it, and I can't lower it anymore. So this is perhaps not the ideal way to do this flip through, but we'll see what we can manage. These are borderless cards, and let me see if I can, looks like I can get the whole card barely on the screen. I'm hoping this is focused okay. This is the Fool. These cards are very odd. They're sort of like, it's called the Mutation Tarot, but it's very alienesque. However, if you are comfortable using the Rider-Waite-Smith system, you will have no trouble with this at all. All the backgrounds are typical of Rider-Waite-Smith, and if your eyesight isn't too good, you might not even notice this is different than Rider-Waite-Smith. It's just that mostly the facial features are different on the figures, and sometimes the hands and feet. These are very odd creatures. Nice bright colors. And I think this is the perfect time of year for this deck in a way. Here it is October 10th. And this was out of print for a while because the creator of the deck passed away. And his representative, I'm not sure if she's an agent or a wife or family member, but they are now back in print and available. And I would say if you order right now, you still have a chance to get this before Halloween. And these remind me very much of what I like to do around Halloween, which is to read stories by H.P. Lovecraft, which are very strange and unusual creatures inhabiting those stories. And this deck seems to be a good companion for that sort of thing. So in that regard, I recommend this deck. Now for me, another draw was I really loved the card format. Yes, they are oversized in terms of the height, but I love the proportions on the imagery. The cardstock is very flexible. It feels typical of a, I don't know, a low Scarabeo or a US Games kind of stock. It's sort of a slick stock, not too shiny, not too matte, just sort of silky, satiny. I hope you can see these okay. Feel free to pause at any time. I am not certain how much I will use this for readings. For me, it's more of a collectible oddity. I'm sure it will read very well because Rider-Waite-Smith cards read very well for me. I don't know too much. Well, here's one that's a little bit different. In the Nine of Cups in the RWS, this man is sitting contentedly with arms crossed and the cups behind him. In this one, there's a sword, which kind of gives off the feeling that he has fought for this bounty and is sitting there to protect against anybody claiming any of it, which is a very different read for the card. Some degree of satisfaction, but also possession. So I'm not sure about that, but it's interesting from deck to deck how subtle differences in the cards can change your expectations of them or how you read them, how you interpret them. Not a major favor of this font, but it's legible. And it's only on the majors and the chords. Well, and the aces. The rest of them have no fonts. I like that these are borderless. I'm hoping my camera will behave this time and not cut off too soon and not go all blurry. One never knows. Try my best to speed through, and I'm hoping these are sharper for you than if I just hold them up in front of my laptop like I used to do. Move some of these aside. Not real fond of this card. I tend to not like hearts anymore, particularly with all the arteries and vessels and whatnot. It's a little too visceral for me. There's a bug or something on this one. Sorry for the shadow. My camera and lighting setup leaves a lot to be desired. Got two lights going and they're not in the best position to give full lighting without some obscurity. Interesting difference in proportions here. Most of the cards do pretty well at taking full advantage of the height of the cards. Here's a little odd. I mean, there's an awful lot of, there's half as much sky as there is the figure in the card. We got the Queen and the King, and she's kind of dwarfed compared to the King. It's all, I guess, in how close up you can be with the material at hand. The wands are interesting. They have these sort of keyholes in these sticks. This is my signature card, the Three of Wands, with a very peculiar looking creature on it. This reminds me of this film from the early 70s, an animated film from Europe. I think it might have been from Czechoslovakia, possibly, called Fantastic Planet, which, if you get a chance to see it, if you can find it online, it's very entertaining, even if you don't have English subtitles or anything. It's sort of psychedelic in a way, and very interesting creatures and colors. So I don't know how many of these were, you know, in the edition that was reprinted and recently released, but I would jump on this if I had any interest in owning it. Don't believe it was too expensive. I think it might have been 40 something, but it was an indie deck. Response and delivery was very fast time, and I appreciate it. And like I said, it's kind of perfect for Halloween season, and particularly if you're, even though it has nothing to do with H.P. Lovecraft, if you're an H.P. Lovecraft fan, I think you would really get a kick out of this, because it resembles a lot of the bizarre races and cultures and weird beings that inhabit some of his most famous stories. So thanks for watching, and have a great Halloween holiday season. See y'all soon.